Subnautica is a wonderful exploration game developed and published by Unknown Worlds Entertainment. It has literally everything I would want in an exploration game and more. Welcome to the lush and wonderful underwater world of planet 4546b, a place where you find yourself in a life pod following the ejection from your disintegrating spaceship Aurora. You start in the safe shallows, one of many beautifully handcrafted biomes that look and sound phenomenal. Your initial struggle is to find sources of food and water, as well as some crafting materials allowing you to repair your life pod and craft the equipment to better adapt and survive longer in this beautiful world beneath the waves. You do so by catching fish, gathering plant samples, salvaging wrecks, and gathering outcrops. Your life pod has everything you need for a successful start, including a fabricator, an interesting machine that allows you to craft equipment much more as long as you have the necessary components. However, as convenient as that may sound, Subnautica pushes you to further create your underwater habitat, as the storage space becomes an issue very early on. I found that building my underwater base with some lockers and all amenities of my Lifepod 5 significantly improved my enjoyment of the game. Subnautica is an exploration driven, so there is much to discover in each of the many biomes, which all look and feel completely different. Each biome feels alive with its flora and fauna that you can scan and learn more about, as well as some wrecks to explore and resources to gather. This is also thanks to phenomenal sound effects, which really brings each of these biomes to life, as well as the music, which cements the mood. As if that was not enough, the game's exploration system drives you to go deeper, find more advanced resources and blueprints, allowing you to craft submarines, underwater habitats, and basically everything you need to be able to survive and thrive in this serene world under the waves. As you repair the radio, you start getting broadcasts from other life pods, driving you to uncover what happened to your shipmates with this planet in general. What I like most about Subnautica is the way story is presented and fed to the player. It allows you to uncover bits of story at your own pace and does not impede the exploration, base building, or whatever other goal you have set for yourself. When you're ready to know more, it will be there, waiting for you. That is not to say the game is without peril. The constant threat of suffocation, starvation, and dehydration is there, as you need to keep an eye on your food, water, and oxygen. Thankfully, the time between needing to eat and drink is very reasonable, and with a few simple equipment upgrades you will be able to stay underwater for a decent amount of time. Building your first vehicle, Seamoth, because we're not counting the Sea Glide, will allow you to go deeper and further and explore some deep caves and faraway biomes, where you will also uncover some very dangerous predators. At some points, the game invokes a legitimate sense of dread, especially if you suffer from thalassophobia and the prospect of deep seas or sea in general frightens you. Seeing the abyss of some areas and the amount of time to get to the bottom can be frightening, even more so when with a shriek of a nearby predator. Although the starting area is quite safe, unless you count the kamikaze crashfish in the caves, there are some very dangerous predators in the deep that constitute a real threat both to you and your submersible of choice. Graphics-wise, Subnautica is gorgeous and it plays very well. It is evident from the very beginning the game was handcrafted, and it really helped the world to feel alive. Going the handcrafted approach seemed to have had worked very well, as opposed to some procedural generation. And I'm looking at you, No Man's Sky. My only remark is that it's being held back by an atrocious amount of pop-in and the inability to set the draw distance, as it would be really handy, especially on more powerful computers that would be able to handle it. Despite being a survival exploration game, Subnautica has an interesting and compelling story. I will not post any spoilers, as it would be utterly unforgivable. You will just have to experience it for yourself, but suffice to say it's well worth of a novel or a movie. Subnautica is one of the few games that manage to pull off environmental storytelling and do it so with flying colors. The game is playable in 4 modes: survival, free, sandbox, and hardcore. However, my suggestion is, if you're trying for the first time, try on survival. The mechanics are forgiving enough and the amount of resources needed for crafting is reasonable. At no point in the game did I feel that I needed to grind materials in order to progress, which is completely uncommon for the other types of games in the genre. Hardcore is same as survival, but it will grant you only 1 life. Free is similar to survival, but you'll need to keep an eye on your health and oxygen, but not on food and water, which is a decent middle ground. And the sandbox is exactly what it says. It allows you to do whatever you want whenever you want it. There is no multiplayer, nor it's intended in my opinion, nor it's needed in my opinion, as the game is wonderfully balanced to be experienced as a single player. I feel that although I have sunk 50 hours into it, I expect to sink hundreds and hundreds more. If you're a fan of exploration, survival genre, or just enjoy the underwater world, this game is a must-have. It delivers everything that No Man's Sky promised, except the quintillion planets of course, and sets the truly tough benchmark for all other games in the genre to follow. It truly is a masterpiece. Are you still watching? Go! Experience it for yourself. You can thank me later. It is available on Steam for €22.99. Thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off.